All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do some introductions here. Let's start with our special guest. This is our boy Patrick Reza.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and just give him a light introduction here. This guy's been tearing up stages and studios since like 2010. He's played major events with everybody from like TSO to Above and Beyond. He's had a remix of Billie Eilish's Bad Guy?
Yeah.
That's gotten over 3 million streams. He just got signed with Circle Music. I don't know if there's anything else you want to add in here. I'm just giving him a brief rundown. Okay. Create music. There we go. Excuse me. But yeah, man. So this is Patrick. He's gonna be able to give you guys some really awesome insight to to your tracks and how to improve them. You guys already know Ian Grow from our July stream. He's from here at Icon Collective. It's our guy. We're gonna go ahead and get into it to start with No Tick and his track ID3. I know we're a little late, so I just want to jump right in here. I don't want to do too much bullshitting. So let's go ahead and get started with this one.
Let's go back, 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 back to the boom, boom, back, 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 back. Let's go back, 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 back to the boom, boom, back, 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 back. Let's go back, back. Boom, boom, clap. Let's go back, back, clap. Let's go back to the boom, boom, clap. Let's go back. Let's go back.
All right, that was pretty sick. No
Sick.
Tick. That was dope,
Yeah,
man.
that's tight.
Definitely got some notes for you. The first and main note that both me and Patrick felt like was that drop 2 should have been like what you led with in drop 1 there. I think I've said it in here before. Don't wait till the second drop to make your track sick as fuck, you know?
First drop is sick too, though. I think if you put it on the second end of the song, it will like build up. The build will make more sense. Like,
So you're
going
saying maybe
forward.
swap drop 2 and drop 1 also and keep
I
it.
mean, I'd
keep
swap
those?
both of them, yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, the drops are like mixed well. They sound good. Nothing like major is sticking out.
Sure.
But the like intro and like the breakdown parts are we were kind of saying like it was losing us there a little bit.
Yeah.
So maybe just like I know there's like no bass frequencies on the breakdown, so maybe just like a respace or something underneath it to fill it out a little bit more with like movement to just keep the song moving.
That's fair.
Because like the pluck was kind of static.
Yeah.
So like you could do something with the pluck, like even like reverb automation or something, just like bring it to life a little more. It might keep the listeners' ears.
Right. Anything to add to that, Ian?
I mean, yeah, that's like literally the things I heard too. Because yeah, mix wise, sound selection's all fire. It's got cool groove, but yeah, just some of those spaces in between, especially at the break. If there was a little movement, the low end, so the energy doesn't completely leave me. It almost feels like it's like tailoring out, just to keep that something to kind of latch onto, where it's still got some energy to it, and then from there, you know, it ramps right back into something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just from like a listener consumer standpoint, you know, like if I was on Spotify listening to this, I probably would have changed it at that second build just because I felt like it just got stagnant for me a little bit there, you know. So you just want to do little things just to keep the keep that interest going for the listener, you know. But otherwise, really fucking good track though. Sick, man.
Sick, super. I think that's like why the breakdowns and the intro felt a little anticlimactic, because the drop was so well produced.
Sure.
You know, like it's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. That's a very fair
keep the
point.
contrast. Just maybe add like another element to keep things moving.
Love it, man. Love it.
Yeah,
See
sick
what-
track though.
Yeah, dope tune.
Yeah, so, man, you know, everybody's consensus in here is just pretty cool. Be Real says maybe sprinkle another vocal in there or something. I don't know if I necessarily need all that. I think it had a good amount of elements in there. But again, though, you know, things that you can play with and take guys' suggestions or not, man, you know? So, yeah. Let's go ahead and...
Just reading the comments, it says people have TikTok brain, keep the kids in.
Oh, these guys will keep you laughing, dude, through the whole fucking stream.
TikTok brain is a real thing.
Yeah, for
No,
sure.
for I mean, dude, I think I talked to you guys about it a lot, honestly. Our attention spans are so fucking small, dude. Like, there's times where Damon's got to tell me to let this guy's whole track play out before you stop it. I'm like, fucking fine. You know, it's just like, it's like, fine, dude. It's just, we have our attention spans just want to keep fucking moving. That's why we do 30 drops in a 30-minute set, you know?
Yeah.
All right, so next
More
up...
drops.
Right. Double drops.
Drops. Yeah, 60
in 30
drops.
minutes.
So this next tune is coming from Drew Do. He's definitely one of my favorite producers in the Discord. Really, really talented guy right here. I think you guys will enjoy this new tune he's got here. All right, Drew. Fucking sick tune, dude. You know, you always bring it with the sound design, man. Couple notes from us here is, I mean, like for me personally, I want like halfway through those drops, you to bring in like that hi-hat, that you know, like I really want that shit to make me kind of like groove while I'm listening to all this heavy shit, you know. I think that was kind of a consensus in here, but they definitely had some really awesome notes for you guys. So I'm gonna let Patrick jump in here and then you.
Yeah, the hats for sure, and then the other thing was on the first build, there's like a bass, like the main bass pluck that comes in. It comes in like, I don't know, maybe like 16 bars out from the drop, and it's not filtered, and then it gets filtered before the drop, and it just feels like the energy is kind of building and then gets killed right before the drop and then gets built again. So maybe just like experiment with the filters on that. Maybe just have it like gradually open, like kind of a more simple approach, but might just get the job done. And then yeah, just like the hats, I think like halfway through the both of the drops, you could just add some hats to keep the movement in the track and like keep it from getting stale to your ears.
I think he's requesting that we replay the parts that are in question, so I'll go ahead and play that.
Play like the filter. So like the bass is unfiltered right now. And then it gets filtered right there. Oh, yeah. You know, it just like suddenly happens.
All right.
Like there's an impact, so that helps, but right.
So let's go back again here.
So
So you can hear you now over the music, so go ahead and
yeah,
talk.
so like the bass that's playing right now, it's not filtered. And then there's just like this little 8-bar thing right here where it gets filtered right there, and it just feels like the energy kind of gets killed in the track. So if anything, I'd flip the filters to where it's more closed and then opening up towards the drop, and it'll probably just build the tension a little better.
And then as far as like hats and shit go, you know, just like halfway through the drop, you know, use your ears on when you think that sounds best, but it needs them for sure. But
maybe like a little more percussion too on the fills or something on the fills or on the turnarounds.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think that would just keep people interested through the whole track. I mean, obviously the sound design's there, you know.
Yeah.
Ian, what do you think, bud?
I mean, yeah, the consensus with the hats for sure. And then for me, like, I love like just a little, even just if it's a small little space for just a breath before that first groove comes in. I feel like it just brings more energy when you have that big build and then just a space pause, and then that shit just comes in ripping. Like you did on the second drop. You have a nice little kind of filtered out part, and it makes room for when that impact comes in, it just hits harder. But again, that's just a creative decision, just something I noticed and would like to hear. But other than that, yeah, it's heavy. Sound design's crazy. It's got a nice chug and groove. But yeah, those hats would just push it just a little bit further. And I know when I'm dancing, when I hear those hats come in, like immediately my hands are going in the air.
Yeah, exactly, bro. I mean, that's just like mimicking the hats. Like we all started just kind of like nodding a little harder, you know. So yeah, really cool tune though, man. I mean, I think we're nitpicking a bit just because again, it's a good tune. We wanted to kind of get to that next level and have people really, really fucking with it, you know. So good shit though, man. Really, really good tune right here.
Solid.
All right. Let's see here. So next tune is Rich June. So this is actually his first submission. So I don't know what to expect here, dude. I'm sure he's gonna be dope, just like the rest of you guys. But you know, we'll just we'll temper your expectations here.
something.
Yeah.
All right, Rich June.
Sick song.
Yeah, this is a sick song, dude. Definitely some notes for you. I think the first thing is that your intro, it kind of doesn't match where the song is going. Like, we've all fully expected you to do like a trap or like a mid-tempo or like bassy song, you know, and then all of a sudden it came into this sick like bass house track. So, you know, Ian said it nicely before we hit unmute that just adding some drums there in the mix-in could help a lot with that. You know, it might not even feel so disconnected if you just had, you know, some kick and hats or a snare or something in there in that intro. Just a little bit of drum action. But these guys had a lot of really good notes for you, though. I'm gonna let them take it away.
I think like some just establishing the like BPM, because the beginning's super ethereal and like very atmospheric. But if there's like something that you can either pull from the drop rhythmically to like preview in the beginning or add drums, which would also help for like DJs when they're mixing too, you know, because this is like a super big like hype drop that people would play out, but like making almost like a more mix friendly intro could probably benefit you a lot. And then you could keep it atmospheric on the second, like the bridge breakdown. But yeah, no, the drop is super sick, I just think. And then the other thing was the chords that are playing on top on the second drop. That not those chords, but the chords that are on the drop.
My bad, bro. Wrong way.
You're good.
I thought it was those ones.
Those, I just think you could like do some automation, like filter automation or something like on an envelope to get it to just like have a little more movement, because it just feels static again. That's like, I'm gonna keep saying that, you know, but like making your stuff not sound like it's coming direct out of Serum is like, you know,
it's key, dude.
Just with
key.
It doesn't take like a lot of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Just like a simple automation can do a lot, and just to bring it to life.
Absolutely.
That's like what we struggle with, you know, like working with Serum and stuff is like making it not sound like Serum.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair. You know, I think that's absolutely fair. I'm just checking out the chat here. Oh, Damon popped into the chat.
What's up, dude?
Hey, everybody say hi to Damon, dude. He's gonna. Yeah, everybody, if you're wondering where he's at, he's gone for a month or two handling some work stuff in Idaho. But Ian is filling in for him. That is why you see me with two special guests tonight. So you guys got a 2-for-1 special because Damon is out of fucking town. So good for you guys. Congratulations to you that you get all this awesome feedback. So, Ian, anything to add on to that, bud?
I mean, most was all said. Like my main thing was just the intro, just making it more DJ friendly to mix into that. Because I mean that's a track that definitely has a lot of energy, and people would definitely be playing it out. And you just want it to be easy for people to throw that in the set for sure. That was my main thing.
How'd you feel about the mix on it, both of you guys?
Yeah, mix-wise sounded. There was nothing that really stood out. Honestly.
Play the drop. Can you play the drop for like 10 seconds?
Yeah, absolutely. Which one? Drop one or
Just
two?
The first one's
All right,
fine.
cool.
Only thing I think you could probably do is just bring the synths up, like forward a little bit in the mix. Just like turning the synth group up. I think the bass sounds good and everything else sounds good though.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Nice notes. Yeah, good track, Richard June. Thanks for submitting, man. We do have your second one. If we get to it, and this goes for everybody else that had a second track submitted, we might just listen to one drop. So you guys leave it in the chat which one you prefer when we get to there. Again, time permitting. So we're going to move on to the next one here. This is our boy Indigo. Indigo is my favorite color. I don't know if that's his full name. Yeah, it must be. So I just call him Indigo though. But yeah, man, he's always got a few heaters for us. So let's take a listen. All right, Indigo. I always love that fucking saxophone vibe you bring, bro. It really always makes me happy. That being said, Patrick's got some notes for you.
Yeah,
though.
I feel like we all feel more zen after.
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely kicking.
We're getting
dude.
lost in it.
I was definitely ready to roll.
No,
a blunt
yeah,
to
that sounds really. It sounds really cool. It's like a good vibe, and it does keep your interest. The only thing that I was hearing, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the drums are like MIDI, like it might be Contact or something, or like Ultimate Drummer, but it's MIDI. And I would just like play with the velocities a little more on some of the hi-hats, because I noticed like the hat samples that were getting triggered were the exact same, so it just will make it sound more realistic. But yeah, that was basically it.
Dope.
Yeah, I mean, it's nailed the vibe on it, you know, right from the get. It just got a super chill, you know, space and feel the whole way through. The sound selection's all good. It might just be kind of fun, because I think towards the end it kind of just goes back in like the same groove, but if you just kind of switched up the drum pattern just to make something fresh, we're like, ooh, I haven't heard this groove yet, could be a nice little like, oh snap, I'm glad I listened all the way towards the end, because I wasn't expecting that.
Right.
Could just be a cool little flip. You know, and you could even have that run for 4 bars, but just a full switch up. You still using the same instruments, but in a different way. And then you can continue on with the rest of the groove on the outro. Could be something fun.
Yeah, man, definitely. I think it definitely feels like some Muzak, sort of, you know, and I think the drums, what Patrick said with the drums would really help with that energy to not make it feel like Muzak in the mall. Like I'm not walking through Nordstrom's or some shit, you know.
Is he in the chat?
I don't know. Indigo, are you in the chat, bud?
I'd be curious to know if the drums... I don't think they're
Indigo, if you're in the chat, dude, let us know if the drums are MIDI or what the deal is, man. But also, if you're in the track, let us know. Do you track your own saxophone, dude, or no? Because I gotta know now at this point. They're sick. It's fucking sick. I gotta know if it's samples. That's cool too, dude. I'm fine or whatever. But I just like if you track it and you're in their room like Kenny G, just fucking. I'm gonna like you so much more, dude. And I just want you to know that.
Saxophone.
Honestly, if it's not sax, I'd be more impressed.
Really? Yeah. No, man.
All the alternative indie songs that I wrote that are like on my Spotify, those all are like MIDI, just hours of like automation.
Well, I tell you what, do you ever play your own fucking saxophone? I will literally come and listen to you.
I did play piano. I did play piano on a couple of the songs. Those were recordings.
There you go.
That's fun.
All right, cool, man. So we got Fancy K, who is a new member in the Discord, but he's been very active, and I very much appreciate his activeness in the Discord, man. Thanks for being a part of hockey. Go ahead and get started with your tune.
Fractured and falling apart in the divide. Visions of us in the dark fill up my mind. Reminders take my breath away. You're so entwined in my everyday. Wish you were mine, yet I wish you could stay. Pick up the pieces I can't throw away. Want you to make me whole again. 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 Lost in the echoes of what we used to be. Shadows and whispers that haunt my every dream. Reminders take my breath away. You're so entwined in my everyday. Wish you were mine, yet I wish you could stay. Pick up the pieces I can't throw away. Want you to make me whole again. Want you to make me whole again. Want you to make me whole again.
Fancy K. Attaboy. Nice job, man. Way to write a tune that really got us talking over here. So I think, Patrick said it best. A little side chaining with your bass would go a long way here, man. I immediately was like, the kick's not big enough. But he's like, well, if he side chained the bass better, that kick could probably kick through harder. And it's a very valid point. So I would start there for sure. These guys definitely had a few other things they wanted to add on there.
Yeah, it's on the chorus or the drop, whatever you want to call it. It just sounds like the bass is very like stagnant, kind of like, just like fills. It just like plays like an open envelope, and like side chaining it, because he was saying again the kick's not punching through. Just side chaining it and like getting a little movement and the sounds I think will help a lot. And then I said something else that I forgot.
What was it, Ian? Do you remember?
Oh, the vocal. I think the vocal is just really dry.
Yeah,
so
super
I would
dry.
probably like play with delays and reverbs, especially on like the breakdown parts where it's kind of like there's a phrase of vocals and then like a bar or two of silence after it. You can fill that out with like delay really easily and just make it sound a lot more interesting.
Yeah, dude. I like to personally do echo on Ableton. If you're using Ableton with like 8-ball and just draw the dry wet super low, and you can even just automate it a little higher in those empty spaces there. That shit seems to help a lot with just kind of filling those areas.
Mm-hmm. I do appreciate the fact that you wrote a song though and has lyrics throughout.
Absolutely, dude. I say it all the time. Just getting through tunes, man. You're way ahead of most guys that sit in front of a DAW and drop 16 bars and then they're like, I'm done.
Yeah, a lot of people write 4 drops a day, but they can't. If you put them in front of a computer and tell them to finish a song, they can't.
They shit themselves, So just the fact that like you had enough thought to get through this track, man, it's really, really, really cool. I don't know personally how I feel about the second half of your arrangement. That's just me creatively. Ian, how did you feel about that? I think you might have said something along those lines.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of has an abrupt kind of build back into it, but again, it's like artistic choice, because it doesn't feel like it completely throws off the whole vibe of the tune, but it is kind of like an interesting transition, and it can definitely work too, and I think the vocal, you definitely did a good job with instrumentation, like all the sound selection fit the vibe with the vocal there, but yeah, some delays on the vocals would, I think, definitely fill some space, and then both sections kind of have the same drums, and I just love an open hi-hat, and I think that would push and give just more energy to the track and move it forward a little bit more, because that's, especially with those kind of tunes, an open hat offbeat goes a long way for sure. It doesn't take, that's an easy add. But yeah, that was really the only thing I had.
Yeah.
Fancy K, I also want to just make a quick note because I just thought about it. Your track, I think it's your track Poppy in Spotify. I have on our startup items playlist, and it's a little bit more G house, bass house. Dude, continue using a lot of those same techniques you're using in that track. I mean, that track's really good, actually. Even my wife, like, I catch her playing it by herself because she likes it. I get if you're trying to make a switch more into, like, this style of house, but, like, dude, it's not very vastly different from what you were doing before. Just keep a lot of those same practices, and I think this will land a little bit closer to what you're hoping.
And we gotta say shout out to the profile picture because that's the first thing we talked about.
Yeah, that was the very first thing you said was, dude, whoever did your photos, they fucking captured your essence, dude. Like,
left an imprint immediately.
Yeah, bro. Sure. If I saw you walking around the club, I would automatically assume you were the most important person there.
He's EDM Hercules.
Yeah, for real, for real, man. You are the Fabio of fucking EDM right here, bro. For real.
Fabio K.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Fabio K, absolutely, dude. Fancy K is in here, and he says the ladies love it sometimes. Hey, bro, you know what? Yeah. As long as it works sometimes, man. That's the main thing.
Our tickles are fancy.
Yeah, dude. Hey, if it works none of the time, you really need to adjust. But if it's working like 4 to 6 times out of 10, dog, just keep running. You know?
Yeah, it's a numbers game.
It really is, dude.
Don't even say sorry about the picture either, because that got us talking, got us more engaged.
60% of the time, it works all the time. It's fair, man. Fair. Dom Disco. Sick, dude. So yeah, Dom Disco was in my. Icon Online producer pack back in the day. I think in 2017 or 2018. Yeah. So me and this guy go way back. He works the mountain in Mammoth. If y'all ever trying to go fucking snowboarding, writes some really sick, tech bass house. But I think honestly, his calling might be in drum and bass with his Wizards with Attitude alter ego. But he is submitted today as Dom Disco though. So let's go ahead and see what he's got for us. I'ma bring it to the break here.
What's poppin'?
Hungry like I never ate, see it in my eyes. Hungry like I never ate, see it in my eyes. Hungry like I never ate, see it in my eyes. Make sure you leave no witnesses whenever you slide. Bad bitch. Whips. Bad bitch.
What's poppin'?
She said she bad. She said she whips. Bad bitch.
And she down to stay. I gotta hit you.
Bad bitch.
Hit you.
Whips. Bad bitch.
Hit you. Brand new whip.
Bad bitch.
Hit you.
Whips. Bad bitch.
What's poppin'?
I got bad bitch. I got whips. I got bad bitch. I got
What's poppin'?
hungry like I never ate, see it in my eyes. Hungry like I never ate, see it in my eyes. Hungry like I never ate, see it in my eyes. Make sure you leave no witnesses whenever you slide. Bad bitch. Whips. Bad bitch.
What's poppin'?
She said she bad. She said she whips. Bad bitch.
And she down to stay. I gotta
Bad bitch.
hit you.
Whips. Bad bitch.
Hit you. Brand new whip.
Bad bitch.
Hit you.
Whips. Bad bitch. Whips.
What's poppin'?
All right, Dom Disco.
What's
I see you.
poppin'?
I see you, man. Yeah, what's poppin', man? First of all, I want to compliment the album art. That's pretty cool, dude. I think you did that yourself too. So very
Nice.
impressive. Very impressive.
Fire.
I
It's like a
like that.
tattoo artist or something.
Dude, I don't know, man. This guy's a fucking jack of many trades, so would not surprise me. But Dom, the only thing I'm saying here, man, is like your builds. I think in your intro break, all that, I would go back and rewrite those, man. They just make me feel disconnected from your really, really sick drops that you have going on. And I know that's probably creative a little bit, but I think we all kind of felt that way in that regard. Patrick wants to know if you have a key change. If you're in the chat, let us know, because it definitely sounds like it.
Yeah, the second drop just had a key change, and on the builds or the transition, there wasn't really a part that established the key change, so it was just kind of like, ooh, like that sounds different all of a sudden. It was like really abrupt to the listener, and even to me, and I'm, been listening to music forever. So that was one thing, and then yeah, just the intro. Like we've been hearing a lot on a lot of the songs. Actually, the intros are very ambient, and they don't really have a lot of drums in the intro, so I think that could help. But it just seems like the intro seems a little disconnected, like you said, from the drops. Like it sounds like two different songs. And I think it would be really easy for you to go and rewrite a build and take some of the drop synths, maybe just one of them, and you can even use the same rhythm, but bring that into the build or the intro just to establish some familiarity. It's a word.
It is one. It is. It is. I think it's been said better, but it is a word.
But
for
yeah,
sure. Yeah.
hopefully that makes sense. But just, take like the synth, like the da. You could just make the intro just from that with the drums,
absolutely.
and some reverb and some,
Sure.
But yeah, sick drops. The drops sounded good.
Definitely. Ian, what do you think, man?
Yeah, drops were both nice. I think we all kind of felt, getting to the drops and the breaks just felt a little off kilter. And then we were laughing too. I don't know what y'all have about like the open hi-hats, but I feel like that just pushes grooves so easy, and it's just such a quick addition, especially with this style of music. Just offbeat hat. I was just waiting I was like, we're gonna get one here, and just never got it. So again, I don't know if you guys got something against it, but it does just add a nice touch, and it just adds movement so easily. And that was just one thing. I was hoping to hear it come in, but it didn't. So think about it.
Yeah, man. I think that would help for sure. I agree with that.
Yeah, just you can do so much and add just more energy with just different, noted hats, and they can just add energy very quickly.
Oh, sorry. I guess Palisades wants to be funny and talk about our browsers playing. I don't know, Palisades. You haven't earned your jokes with me yet, but
I was like,
you haven't earned your jokes yet. But you have to continue coming back for more, and then we can start joking with you again. I'm not even gonna pick on you, honestly. That's how you know it's bad, dude. All right, man. So moving on to EJDB, or my boy Thorax is what he's named on Discord. I actually just sent this to G Mafia for them, and I guess he's collabed with Binary Nexus on this, or BN as we call him. I sent it to G Mafia, and they were interested in it. So congrats, EJDB and Binary Nexus. If you guys are interested in it, they definitely want to sign that tune for you guys. So just send me a DM after the stream, and
he said he did the mix and the master.
Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. Yeah, so if you guys are interested in signing this with G Mafia as your first release, I know it would be at least for EJDB. Let me know, and I will help quarterback that for you guys, man. Congrats on that. Let's go ahead and take a listen to the tune.
Would you take me to study? Would you help me with my homework?
I'm immediately just happier.
Yep. Open hat.
We had to stop that right there because he came. We asked for an open hat, and immediately we got satisfied by EJDB over here, man. Thank you, buddy, for that open hat, man. We're gonna start it again just so we can hear that open hat again.
Would you get me a glass of water? Would you take me to study? Would you help me with my homework? Would you get me a glass of water?
You're so cute. You're such a great friend. glass of water. You're so cute. You're such a great friend. Would you, friend? Would you, friend? Would you, friend? Would you, friend? You're such a great friend. I like him as a friend. You're such a great friend. I like him as a friend. You're such a great friend.
All right, man. Good job, guys. Nice track, man. And I'm gonna preface this first part by saying, all the feedback we give you here, since this track has already been offered to be signed. If you guys just want to roll it over to your next tune and take those notes there, that's fine. But you can also change it up before we send it to G Mafia for final release if you guys want to go that route. I just don't want you guys to be like, oh shit, we have to change everything. You could just roll over to the next one if you like. But let's go ahead and get started. Pat and Ian, what do you guys have to say?
The first thing I noticed was just like halfway through the first drop, that synth comes in, the da-da-da. I would take that and preview it in the intro. Just, it doesn't have to be the whole section, and it doesn't need to be the whole phrase, but just even like a couple of notes, or even the first note with just some delay on it or something in the intro will help establish it more. And then when it comes into the track later, it will sound familiar as opposed to something that's just kind of like, whoa, that just came in. But yeah, sick track.
Nice, dude. Nice. Ian, anything for him?
I mean, yeah, the only thing that we noticed right from the gate is we got an open hi-hat. And it was just immediately, just the groove already just felt, just immediately like, yes, that's, it just felt good right out the gate. But overall, arrangement's nice. Yeah, and really like that bass housey kind of vibe. Really nice sound on that. And yeah, that was really it for me, honestly.
I know Pat did mention that he'd like you to bring in more of the high end on the vocal. I don't know if you
the
brought
vocal
that up.
just feels a little like filtered off on the highs.
Sure.
And I feel like he was going for kind of like the distorted telephone, like effect, you know?
Okay.
But that seemed a little bit ducked back. And then the other thing, I actually just remembered something from the second drop when it comes in. I think you could just go with the open hats from the beginning, because you have like the phrasing is like 4 or 2 closed hats and then 2 open ones. I think you could just go open just to keep the energy higher.
Sure.
On the second drop.
Yeah, he said he was going for kind of like a telephony.
Yeah.
Vibe. So the other thing that he said as well was you felt like you were kind of going for like, you're outside the club with the kick there in that second build area or breakdown or whatever you want to call it, bridge. You filtered the kick a little too hard.
Yeah, just too, yeah.
Just not
barely.
as
It was barely coming through the speakers, so you just open that up a little bit.
Yep, definitely. I think otherwise, dude, like I said, you guys can either carry those notes over to the next track or go back and change this up, and then we can send it back to G Mafia if you guys like. So up to you on that one. But nice job, guys. Good shit.
Moving on.
Dude.
The copyright takedown.
Canceled.
Hex tight, man. Where you at? Ribcage. Where you guys at, man?
Dude, I was waiting for the Taylor Swift tear out.
Yeah, is that what you're waiting for? Oh, man. Well, Hex tight, I guess we'll get to you next time. Oh, here's fucking Palisades.
There's some beef
Here's
here,
guy.
dude. I kind of need to know.
There's no beef here.
There's some beef, dude.
There's no beef. I like this guy a lot, but my beef with him is that he comes in and leaves like 3 or 4 tracks that he wants feedback on, and then doesn't leave anybody else feedback. It's like the Palisade show over here. We got to give this guy feedback 10 times before we get one, But that being said, he's been better recently, so we're here for it. On the music side of things, I actually really like his tracks. He's come a long way since I've known him. He used to just like overproduce things quite a bit, and I think now that he started to simplify his writing, he's really started to like come into his own on these tracks, and I think he's getting really close to where he wants to be, but also like to where people will maybe start taking him, more serious in his productions, So I'm really proud of where he's come musically. We released a track for him back in June on our Keyboard Warriors compilation. So yeah, no, we definitely like the guy. He's just a guy. He's just a fucking guy. And oh, dude. Well, Drew Do Official said he's come and he got flagged by moderation. So
Tell him send a Dropbox link or something.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I would allow it, but I don't know how, dude.
Did he use an uncleared sample? Is that what it was?
Oh no, he's calling him a name and Twitch held it for.
I thought you were talking about the song.
No. All right, we're gonna play this. Let's do it.
Give it to you.
All right, Palisades. I definitely think you stayed up too long writing this song. That's my first. That is my first feedback for you, dude. I told you, you got to get a good night's sleep, bud. You can't just 12-hour session run on these things, because then you just pump the tracks with ear candy, and then we just don't get anything else out of you, but it's just ear candy for 3 minutes. But that being said, I do love the ear candy. It's fucking cool. Patrick had some good notes for you, but my biggest one is that you really need to do something about that vocal at the beginning, because it comes in so abruptly. It's just in my face, and maybe you could tease it just a little bit in that first few bars or something, or make that intro a little, or that mix in a little longer, so it just doesn't like slap you and all of a sudden very oddly, you know.
Reverse vocal swell into into it maybe.
Yeah, that could be good. Or yeah, just even filtering out just the first phrase of that, so you just kind of hear a vocal just before it comes in like
filtered,
that, something like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Chop or something.
I think the intro may be a little bit longer too, because it is just like there's the sick. Honestly, like the intro groove in the beginning, it caught me immediately, and I really liked it. But I feel like if you ran that another like 4 bars, and you could even break into that vocal section and then really build into that first drop, it could be something to think about.
Yeah, definitely, dude. And Patrick also said that and we've agreed with him, that it felt like it lost the sub at the drop. Like you had a sub in the build up in the intro, but you like maybe you automated it out and just never brought it back.
Yeah, check the sub channel, because there's I hear kick, like there's bass from the kick on the drop, but I didn't hear any sub.
But we did hear it at
But in the intro there is sub, yeah.
Yeah.
So just check on that.
It's got to be something weird that you did, I'd imagine.
Yeah, could have just been an accident.
But I would also like go through the drop, dude, and I would get rid of a few of your cool sounds. I mean, like
The build, I think, more than the drop.
You think so? Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
like, if
honestly,
you
both,
listen-
dude. I want less. Less is more. Just
Yeah.
period.
I
You
mean,
know?
ear candy is good, and you want it to keep its purpose is to keep the listener engaged, but to
Right.
not to necessarily like introduce a new theme or like motif in the music. I feel like, at least, you know.
Yeah, that's
Just,
fair. I think you don't want to overwhelm the listener too. You know, you ever like seen a kid go to a candy store and they're like, "Oh my God, look at all this shit," and then they come out with like a little bag of M&Ms because they like didn't know what to get. You know, it's like it's kind of like listeners
Less
can
is
kind
more.
of
Yeah.
listeners can definitely do that with your track too. They could be like, "Oh, this is really cool," but then by the end of it, be like, "What did I just listen to?" You know, like I just heard a lot of sounds, but I don't know what it was I just heard. You know, so just something to think about. He says, "Will do." There are like 200 tracks, so probably an accident. Yeah, dude, you got way too many tracks in there, bro. Like,
bro, delete half of
Yeah,
those.
dude, like,
half of those you can get rid
I
of.
challenge
Probably
you-
more.
I challenge you to finish your track
If
with
it has
under
more than
50
60,
tracks,
I'm
dude.
like, this is not
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
If
dude.
a song has more than like 60 channels nowadays, I just assume that I'm overthinking it, and that usually never gets released.
Absolutely.
I think it's like having less elements with more automation and like more, you know, like keeping it interesting. Like instead of just like adding another sound to keep it interesting, like think about using the sounds that are already there from like your initial idea and like automating them to make those move. you
Yeah, or
know?
using them in a different way. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, same sound, but I'm going to use it like this.
Like it's filtered in this section or it's chopped in this section, you know, like yeah.
Totally. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say on that too, just because you have so much cool stuff, like you can really have fun with the arrangement. But like one section, all of these sounds are completely gone, you know, and
Sure.
it immediately is
Right.
just gonna
Yeah,
have
wow.
a different feel,
Yeah.
and you can really have fun with the arrangement, taking stuff away.
Totally, dude. Again, man, I think all of our feedback for you always stems back to less is more. You know, we know you're a smart dude. Like I've told Ian, he's a rocket scientist. Guy sends fucking
Oh, wow.
he guides
Literally,
missiles to
yeah.
fucking hit Osamas on toilets.
Well,
and,
if you told me that before I listened to the song, it would have made, you know, then it would have
That's
made
usually
sense.
how I lead off, but I had to lead off with the
So rocket
shitty that
scientist.
pissing me off.
Okay, that's why his build
So-
sounds like a rocket taking off.
Absolutely. So again, the guy is smart as can be, you
Yeah.
know, and I think just sometimes you hear
Oh yeah, I
it
mean,
in his track.
no, the
in a
ideas are
bad way,
there,
you
the
know?
songs there, the arrangements there. It's just the sub for me was a big thing. And then you guys heard something with the vocal. I wasn't even paying attention, so I missed that. But
The vocal did. I think somebody left a comment about it. It felt a little off the grid, but it also just like came in so abruptly that like maybe I was just like only hearing that and not really hearing it right. But double check that. Make sure it's warped, you know, correctly and on the grid and shit.
think about like how you introduce your elements to your track too. You know, like.
That's a good point. You know, like, don't just like wait to the drop to like bring in a couple pieces of that ear candy.
Yeah,
you know.
You can tease it in the beginning, and then when it hits on the drop, you're like, "Ooh, that was used cool," and like, but I still am familiar with the sound.
Exactly. You don't have to overuse it. Just enough to like. They've both said numerous times. Keep that familiarity going. You know. So good shit though, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Thicky.
Thicky with Wild West, dude. I do all of Thicky's artwork, so
Yeah.
as juvenile as it is, it's pretty dope. I'm excited about it.
It's tight.
So
I can imagine like a stage, you know?
Yeah,
Like that.
yeah.
Bro,
That'd
yeah.
be sick.
it was funny because I asked him, I said, "What vibe are you going for with this?" And he goes, "Saloon." And I go, all right, dude, it's going to be very fucking literal right here, dude. Here's your saloon, bud. So, otherwise, though, I think he just had his first release. He self-released on Spotify, but got himself on all of the streaming platforms. So he's official.
We all start there.
Dude, he's official, man. You know, before you could only catch him on SoundCloud. Now you can catch him anywhere you get music. So good for you guys. Good for Thicky. Let's go ahead and check your new tune, dude. Thicky. Nice job, man.
That bass was thicky.
That bass is thicky. Those bass sounds are thicky, dude. What is not thicky is your sub, though. Your sub is not thicky.
Yeah, that's why they're going in the back.
Yeah, that's why we slid. Yeah, we slid back there to see if we could feel any bass in the further back part of the room or sub, and we did. We felt it a little bit more, but just everything's hiding behind all your bass sounds in your mix.
Just that one main bass, the blow. That thing is like overshadowing everything in the song, and it's definitely a sick sound. But just like it's side chains like a bunch, but I think it's just a volume thing at that point. Sure. I think it's just louder than everything. So like bring the kick up. It's just kind of mixing. You know,
yeah, maybe bring that down or bring the kick up, one or the other, dude. But I think, and I also like that first drop better than the second. That's just me personally.
Maybe add like a riser or something halfway through the drop to keep like the tension building, too. Just because like with mid-tempo songs, a lot of the times it can kind of start to feel stale after a while and kind of loopy. So just like adding like one little thing, even if it's just like a background, it's like atmosphere or something, could help for sure.
Anything you can add on that?
Well, yeah, Pat pointed out the break in the middle. It just goes from all this high synth bass energy, and then it just kind of just cuts out immediately, and it just energy shift. It's just like it's like someone turned the lights on. You're like, wait a minute, we're leaving.
They turn lights
yeah,
on in the club.
Yeah, all right, oh shit, you're supposed to go.
It's like it hit the last call time,
Yeah,
and then they
no,
just turn the
exactly.
fucking lights on. Yeah.
So even just like verbing out all those sounds and just having splash into that section, or just keeping something there so
Yeah,
it
like a
doesn't go
washout.
completely just cut. That's one thing just to help bring everything together. But yeah, it's a fun tune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, man, play around with the things that we've talked about here. I know this is a work in progress for you, so just keep at it, dude. You know, we know what it is. We're not here like, dude, you throw this one away. No, seriously, keep plucking away at it. I think you have a really solid base here, and you can make a sick tune out of this.
Sick.
Yeah. Let's move
Thicky.
over. Yeah,
The stage name is amazing.
he's it was between that and Thicky Minaj, so he's still kind of.
He would have got a
little
lawsuit with
Minaj-y.
the second one.
Yeah,
but
yeah, right.
I think he's nice.
He's menaging his head.
Menaging his head, exactly, bro. He's menaging in his head, bro. He's menaging with us right now, honestly, dude. But no, we really,
Pause.
we really, we really appreciate Thicky though. He's like our official people recruiter for Hotkey Collective.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
he's been making
Doing
sure.
the groundwork.
Oh, dude, yeah,
yeah.
man. He's bringing new people in here, you know, honestly, every day, and
Sick.
keeping the channel active. So, man, we really appreciate all the work you do, dude, and we're happy to see your progression, man. So keep at
Shout
it.
outs to Thicky.
Yeah, big shout outs to you,
Yeah.
dude. Yes, man.
Oh, yeah.
All right, cool. I'm gonna meet you up, and we're going with The Cult, who's a new member in the collective, and I haven't had a chance to check out any of his tunes yet, so I'm
I
really
like the
excited.
artwork.
Yeah, artwork's very cool, dude. Some like Blair Witch Project shit.
It doesn't look like it was made by AI.
Yeah, see, right?
That's like what I look at for now.
Yeah, for sure.
Here we go. Once again. Here we go. Here we go. Once again. Here we go.
Really dope.
Damn, dude,
Super
The
tight.
Cult, that was fucking sick, dude. I'm happy to have you aboard, man. This thing is fire. Couple of small notes, really. One creatively is that like Ian said a ride would have been really nice in here, and I agree. I think like if you just introduce that like halfway through your drop, kind of like we told Drew, I think you'd get everybody kind of dancing like Peanuts gang, you know, where they're just like, oh shit, you know, it's fucking hitting me hard. I really think it would give that danceability to it like that. And then just like a small personal thing, I think if you like did a fake out at the second drop where it's just like whoa, 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 and then you brought in those drums again, I think it would just go off. I mean, that's just something I like in tracks, and I think it would work really well here. But other than that, dude, fucking no notes. This thing is sick.
Yeah. Just, shout out to you on this one. This one's really tight. A lot of really dope sounds, and the whole vibe right from the beginning just was cohesive the whole way through.
Yeah.
And then into the breakdown before the second drop just felt, like all one piece. Super sick.
Totally.
Really dope.
Anything to add, Pat? Or
I think you guys basically said it all. Yeah.
cool. Nicole, send me this though, man. Whether it's done or not, let me get it because I'll play it. This is definitely something I would bang in my sets, dude. This is very cool. So thanks for submitting, man.
Mm-hmm.
Sick track.
All right, cool. All right, so I think we can go ahead and get started. This is this is my boy Kevin. We have I was telling these guys, we have a collab with him that we are having get reviewed on the Space Yacht stream tonight.
Oh,
So
sick.
he's got a lot of ear candy too with his sound design. I think his builds were lacking for a little bit, but I think he started to really pick up the songwriting. And his last tune, I'll have to show you guys before we leave. I'm fucking with it really heavy,
Sick.
but yeah, I think you guys will like this. Let's go, fucking Kevin. A little whipperdoodle right there.
Outro's a little long.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. You just made us wait like all day to finish that track. No, it's good, man. Kevin, very cool, man. I think same feedback. You just got to keep working on your builds, dude. You know the snare build thing you're doing, I think could punch through a little better. I think you could just be a little bit more creative right there, dude. I mean, I hear how creative you are in your drops and all of that. I just want you a little bit more so in your build up, in your songwriting to begin the song.
Yeah, sick song though. Overall.
Yeah.
Drop sound design takes me back to like the glitch hop, neuro, cone sound culprit days.
Yeah, Robo
Sick.
Funk is an apt name to it.
Yeah, I don't really have anything. Just when that groove came in, it was wicked groove sounds. That shit just bouncing all over the place. And really.
Now, would this be some shit like you would play like if you were doing this style set? You think, or would there be something that kind of off puts you from playing it?
No, I'd play this out for sure.
Yeah,
Cool.
I could see this getting
Stack
played
stage
at,
at LAB.
Wookie.
Very
Right.
look.
Festival.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Got all the looks just tripping. Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
it's tight.
Cool. All right, Kev. Good track, man. Good track, dude. Hopefully we get similar feedback on our tune here in a little bit on Space Yacht. Rittenhouse. Oh, dude. So his name has scared us in the Discord a little bit, but the umlaut definitely makes us not so afraid because the Rittenhouse dude from like Wisconsin or wherever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kyle Rittenhouse.
Kyle Rittenhouse. Yeah. So we didn't know if that's who we were dealing with here or what, but then we saw the umlaut and we were like, you know what? I don't think it's him. But again,
it's a really good cover.
Yeah, I was gonna say that or like, dude, he just put on one of those fake
He's
mustaches.
probably just German, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I really hope that's the case here, dude, because I'd feel like shit if I'm over here featuring fucking Kyle Rittenhouse, dude. Like,
Maybe he just wants to make music now. You know, the spotlight was too much.
all of a sudden, I just get put on like fucking Trump's cabinet because I just like support this guy. I'm just like,
tomorrow
yeah,
we're all
dude.
canceled on
I know.
EDM because we're
It'd be just my luck. All right, Rittenhouse. Sorry, dude. We just had to spend a moment on your name, dude.
Yeah.
Our story hasn't ended, feelings close. Baby, please stop playing, it only gets worse. Let me go until I have lost my voice, lost my voice, lost my voice. Our story hasn't ended, feelings close. Baby, please stop playing, it only gets worse. Let me go until I have lost my voice, lost my voice, lost my voice, 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 Our story hasn't ended, feelings close. Baby, please stop playing, it only gets worse. Let me go until I have lost my voice, lost my voice, lost my voice. Our story hasn't ended, feelings close. Baby, please stop playing, it only gets worse. Let me go until I have lost my voice, lost my voice, lost my voice. Have enough power to forget about you. Have enough power to forget about you. Have enough power to forget about lost my voice. Have enough power to forget about you. 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 Have enough power to forget about you.
Dude, where's that vocal sample at, man? Like, it was so sick at the beginning of the track, and like right here, dude, it would just like totally help the movement and just this area not feel so stagnant and just kind of like, all right, I've heard this already, dude, but let's keep listening. All right,
Sick.
all right, this was sick. And Rittenhouse, I see you here in the chat saying this is your track, you're based out of Philly, and thought it was a funny pun on Rittenhouse Square downtown. The political stuff was completely unintentional. Yeah, no, that's cool, bro. We just needed to make sure you weren't actually that dude, you know, because we can't be getting fucking canceled just because we want to hear your sick house track right here, dude. But it is really cool, man. There's just like Pat said it best. I think he just says send it, like he wants you to send it to him almost so he can rearrange it for you, because there's a lot of really awesome parts in this track, and sometimes they just don't come in where we want, or it's missing here or there, but it's like there's so many awesome elements in it.
Yeah, it has like all of the pieces. I just feel like it needs to be rearranged a little bit. The first thing that we noticed was just like it just comes swinging out of the, like on the first beat, just out of the cages. So like I would probably bring that down a little bit, just like simplify it. That way when it actually comes in on the first drop, it feels like it has more impact.
Sure, yeah. I think we've been telling a lot of guys to introduce more in their intro. You need to introduce a little less, you know. I think that's just the way to put it.
It was just like it's not even like, it's just like this drop is the same. It's basically copy and paste it. And the other thing I was hearing was the white noise sweeps that you have, or like the downfills on the drop. Like those could just be tucked in a little bit because those sounded louder than almost everything in the song. But vibes there, all the pieces are there.
Yep.
Sick song.
Anything for me?
Super vibey, very playful. Honestly, it was like, feels good hearing someone making something like this. So shout out to you for that.
Yeah, love the disco.
But yeah, there's just the arrangement, honestly. Like there's just that beginning intro, so everything just doesn't come jumping out the gate. You know, just take a little bit away, because when everything comes in, the vocal fits the vibe super nice. But yeah, just a little arrangement tweaks, I think, would just really take this where it needs to be, because it's a dope tune. Very fun.
Yeah, definitely agree. Sick
sure.
track, dude. Sick track. Good
Nicely
shit,
done.
man. We're excited to hear more from you, Rittenhouse. Now that we know you're not really Rittenhouse. All right,
That's his name, not Rittenhouse.
Not Rittenhouse, yeah. All right, man. Here's Ram E. Let's hear what he's.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I direct your attention to something quite extraordinary? Quite unlike anything you may have experienced in your life. People in the back, get 'em up. One time for the...
Chillin' low. I be chillin' low. Low. Chillin' low. I be
Represent, gotta do it hella big. Represent, get like Represent, gotta do it hella big. Represent, get like
catch me on the downslide.
People in the back, get 'em up. One time for the...
Represent,
Dude, that was a fucking sick track. Thank you for submitting that. That was just fun for us to listen to, man. It has everything I want in this kind of music, and I feel like you like took a lot of the notes that we were talking about to guys through this whole thing, and you just did it in your song. So good shit, man. I really like this one. This is definitely something I'd play, so definitely send this over to me for sure. Very cool. What do you guys say?
Yeah, no. Sick song.
Yeah.
I don't have much to say.
Consensus, dude. You got a heater right here, bud. So definitely shoot that over to us, man. Yeah, we'd love to have it. Cool, nice. Man. I don't got much else to say there, dude. Good shit. Kyler,
Killer.
Diamond Blend, Techno Sapien, and then we're up to our second submission.
Okay.
So we got about 3 more, and I think Chris Kahunti left one for me. So I'm gonna do his before we do any second tracks, and if we don't get in any second tracks, I do apologize, guys, but we'll do those on the next stream, or you can message us privately, and we'll talk to you about them. Okay.
Killer.
Yeah, Thicky, I know, buddy. I see it, man. Don't get your thick panties in a bunch, all right? Dude, Kyler, sick ass track, dude. I know you're not in the chat because you got stuff going on. You're gonna watch it on playback, but when you watch this, dude, this is a weapon, man. I really, really like it. Send me this. I would play this in my sets. I love that like gritty texture you add towards the end of each drop. I think it. I was telling these guys it's something that I could play in my bass house sets that doesn't feel out of left field. Like it didn't just change my whole setup. You know, I can get right back into playing my hard shit that we produce, or like some pretense shit even, like, because it's just got that gritty texture to it in those parts. But it gives people a second to kind of groove and dance and calm down a second from all the ear candy that we've just been dropping on them. So I love this shit, man. Send that to me.
Yeah, super DJable. Arrangement was on point. All of the percussion built correctly. Good song. Not really much notes. The only thing I heard maybe is on the like last 16 bars of the outro, there just might be like too much ear candy, just like with the lasers. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He also felt like the how many bars? Maybe 16 bars after his drop, or that first 16.
I think that this section right here, coming out of the drop, just like the song, try it, just see what the song sounds like coming straight from this section into this build part, because this might be unnecessary. I know he's like trying to make a section for DJs to mix out of.
Yeah, I personally like the musicality of it. That's just me though. Again,
it's just preference.
Yeah, because I feel like when you have that part too, like it also gives you the flexibility to like in live sets to like maybe DJ into like a well-known radio track and kind of like mix back into your thing, because it is such a long build, right? So I don't know, something that you can kind of toy with. But honestly, I really like it, man.
Super sick.
Send this to me.
I'd play this in my sets.
Yeah,
definitely. Man. I need that one at some point.
Oh, cool. Yeah, man. What I think I'll do, guys, is obviously I'll link you guys to all their social medias so you can get in touch with them. But definitely email me these songs that we've told you, the ones we've said to you guys. Send me this, and I will make sure that they get these for their sets, and you know, they can support you guys, man, because that's kind of the whole point of bringing in these special guests, is to show them how dope you guys are. So yeah, man. Oh yeah, good shit.
Super tight.
Yeah, I'm super impressed so far. Like I didn't really know what to expect coming in.
No, I think Ian said the same thing last time too. He didn't know really what to expect, and I think and Eric as well. You guys all have come out pleasantly surprised by the amount of heat that has come through here. So I appreciate you guys bringing the heat so these guys can fucking be impressed, man. You know, it takes two to tango. So I appreciate you guys, man. Do you guys have an email or something that I can send the wave to? Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna post something in the Discord. Just keep an eye out for it, and that way you guys can get in touch with me, and I'll send that over to them with your contact info. That way, if they want to touch base with you guys for anything, they can like Rami Music. If send us that shit. Patrick might hit you up saying he needs a tune. So definitely provide all the contact info, your one sheets or press kits or whatever the fuck they're called these days. So Diamond Blend with Cruisers. He says this comes out Friday. So yeah, let's take a listen.
Nice.
I set the microphone on fire.
Diamond Blend. Cool tune, dude. We're gonna refrain from giving too much feedback just because this is already coming out Friday, and we definitely don't want you to get in your head about anything, dude. But all these notes we do say, carry them over to the next track, because I think you're on the right track with what you're wanting to do with this like UKG type shit, you know. I personally want a little more sub underneath there. That's just me. Patrick said he didn't think he needed that so much based on what you were going for, but I felt like a little bit more sub would help a lot. And they had some notes on the percussion I'd like to turn over to them to describe.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I get the style completely. I'm super familiar with it. And, like, a big thing is just, like, the hats being shuffled. Like, instead of just being, I mean, you can still have the offbeat hi-hat, but just, like, adding shuffled notes in there, like ghost notes. You could even, like, use, like, a UKG house loop if you just want to, like, get the ghost notes out. But that, I think, will, like, add to the movement of the track and just like keep it going, keep it a little more sounding a little fuller. I do like it simple, so like definitely don't overcomplicate things, but just like percussion's like the easiest cheat code to make a drop keep moving forward and not sounding stale, at least to me.
There you go. Ian, you were talking about
and just the synth melody, the notes, I felt like there was just a lot of them, and it was hard to kind of just like let that sound breathe a little bit. So I feel like even just removing some notes in that main pattern you sprinkled in, and then again like maybe filtering that part in the beginning so it doesn't just come out of nowhere, could be a nice little touch.
Yeah, the main drop synth filtered in on like the build or the intro could definitely lend itself. But yeah, I mean, cool song.
Yeah, cool song, dude.
Just take that stuff and use it on the next one.
Yeah. Don't get in your head about this one or anything, dude. It's cool too, and man, put that out, get the spins, and get onto your next one, dude. That being said, if this is a free release that is not coming out on Spotify, then dude, take it down, throw some of our notes on there, and re-upload that bitch, dude. Just depends on what's going on though. Don't get too crazy about it.
Yeah, it's a fun tune though.
Yeah,
definitely.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and throw a disclaimer on this guy's track. I believe he used AI to help produce the track.
Okay.
I don't think he just used it in like a sample generation kind of situation. I think he literally it helped him write the whole thing.
Suno?
I don't know for sure. Udio. He says AI a little bit.
Was it
Udio?
Suno?
Udio is what he said. So, for vocals and idea generation, but overlapping stuff in Ableton. Okay.
Did you use anything from the AI generation other than the vocals? I'm just curious.
Yeah. I don't know if you can answer us that, Techno Sapien. Did you use the AI for anything other than vocal generation?
Like, I get that you got ideas, but then did you like rewrite them?
Yeah, right.
That's what it sounds like.
Did you rewrite the ideas, or did you just slap the idea? Yeah, a lot of the bass layers sound okay. Let's just listen to it. We're gonna listen to it. I just wanted to make sure I gave the disclaimer to everybody.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna bring it to the bridge.
You could have had it, could have had it. My body's a free for all. No matter who you are, you almost had my body, almost had it all. You almost had it all.
All right, bud. So I'm gonna stop it right there. I think you just gotta not use AI, dude. I think you're leaning on it as a crutch. You have the idea of like track arrangement, and like how it's supposed to go. Like you have a DJ mixing, you have a radio edit. I can hear all of that. Like I get it. I don't think you need the AI, dude. Like, get a Splice subscription, get a couple samples if you don't feel good about, creating your own drums or your own sounds, and make those samples your own, dude, and be your own AI, man. Like, prompt yourself and fucking really do it, man. I think you just really got to challenge yourself and don't be afraid to. I think I've told you this specifically. Don't be afraid to suck. We all suck at some point, dude, and like, this is not going to help you get to where you want to be, in my opinion. So I just encourage you to get in the Discord, jump in the VC with guys when they're writing tracks. You've heard how many awesome tracks are in this stream. I mean, there's guys in here that can help you get to where you really want to be. So yeah, I think he had said, look at Thorax. I would do Thorax's first song. He was talking about all these mixing notes and stuff, and I had to straight tell him, I'm like, dude, I can't give you mixing notes because you're not even writing songs yet, and now the guy's got a track on G Mafia, right? So again, he's come so far in like a very short period of time that like you can do the same thing. You just really got to apply yourself and want to do it, dude. Otherwise you're gonna have tracks that you submit that I stop halfway through because it's just there's so much that like we can't even jump into with you yet because it's like you got to just get there first writing, and then we can give you a little bit better feedback. But
it's hard to give feedback to when he used AI just because we don't know exactly what parts are his and what parts are AI.
Right, exactly.
So it's like we might comment on something that wasn't even generated by
right,
him.
exactly. And I don't want to tear you.
It just makes it a little difficult. But like I don't even hate on people using AI in music because I've seen it used in studios. Yeah, and I think like it can be powerful for coming up with ideas when you're maybe like having writer's block or something, but then like reproducing that with your own sounds and just kind of using it more as like an idea or like as inspiration rather than like the main thing.
Right.
It's going to take you farther.
I think that AI generation is at some point going to be huge in like samples. I think like it's going to give Splice a run for its money at some point. I don't know when that'll happen or how that'll happen, but I outside of using AI, like Patrick said, to just try to get you off the blocks or getting some samples that you can't find anywhere else, just try to keep it out of your writing process as much as you can. Otherwise, like I said, at best, you're executive producing for a robot, you're prompting him and hoping that he comes out with what you want, and you're prompting him again until he comes out with what you want, so it's just the way it is. I'm going to just encourage you to move on from it, okay?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're rounding the corner here. Yeah, that's it. So let me just do these last couple that we got through Discord late, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap up for the night because I got to get to the Space Yacht stream myself. So we're going to go ahead and get over to Lug Boy, and then I'll do Chris Kahunti to end it.
In the trunk,
Lug Boy, sick track, dude. Or
Lagobi?
Lagobi. Excuse me, man. Lagobi, sick track, dude. I think we all kind of like that second build, though. I mean, our second drop a lot better than the first drop. The first drop had a lot going on. It was just like kind of a lot for me to grasp. But the second one, I was like, oh shit, this is.
It was a little simpler, a little easier to like catch on to.
Yeah, just a little bit more digestible, dude. I get you're going for like that tear out kind of dubstep style. Patrick said that the only thing he could really hear though was
the first drop. There's like an eighth note trap hat or something on top of everything, and I would just either like sidechain that or turn it down a bit, just because it just was like kind of ringing over everything.
Sure.
But yeah, no, sick song.
Yeah, I like the. I just like
the second drop more. I agree. I just think it's a little simpler and easier to like grab onto, and a little more repetitive. So maybe like try switching the drops and seeing if that sounds more interesting.
Yeah, definitely. I do feel like there's kind of a lot going on in that second build up too. I kind of almost lost where we were going, and then like you brought me back, and I was like, all right, cool. But I don't know, maybe just like clean that area up a little bit. It might help out. Good shit though, dude. Yeah. Appreciate you submitting, man. Thanks for getting that in. All right, so we got one more that we're gonna give feedback to, and then we'll just like listen to one on the outro, one of the second submissions. But let's go ahead and listen. It looks like this is a whipperdoodle, so we'll take it as it is.
Revolution.
All right, Chris, good shit, dude. That's pretty cool, man. I mean, you know, it's a whip. I think you're moving in the right direction, dude. Just keep going on this one. I think you got all the right ideas. Good ear candy. I think, you know, turnarounds sound cool. So it keeps me interested all the way through there. So just keep at this one, dude. I think you're on the right track.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun groove. Yeah, it's on its way for sure.
It's in the oven. It's in the oven preheating.
Yep.
Oh yeah. well, guys, I really appreciate everybody that submitted tonight. That's gonna do it for us. Like I said, I think we're gonna listen to one on the outro. I haven't decided who yet, but we're gonna do one last track to listen to. But before we go, big ups to Ian for filling in for Damon. Bro,
Thanks for having me again,
man. Yeah. Anytime you want to be here, man, we love having you.
Yeah, it's fun.
And of course, to our special guest tonight, Patrick Reza. He is the man with the plan.
Love you, Jordan.
Yeah, man. Of course. Thank you for being here and doing this, man. We really appreciate it. Tell us where we can find you guys, both socially and like physically. Where are you guys playing shows next? Like, where can we find you guys?
Patrick Reza is all the socials, and we got 3 LA shows, one in Malibu, one at Academy, and one somewhere I cannot say right now. In the works right now.
It's a
those
secret.
are all getting announced on social media. And then I throw my own events every month called Full Circle. So just check the socials out, and you guys can see what the developments are.
Yeah, man. And also too, you know, if he's ever looking for any DJs, I'm gonna definitely send him your guys' info. So make sure you guys provide us with mixes, you know, so that way he's got people to pull from when he needs to book a show.
Yeah, we've given a lot of people a lot of opportunities this year with the shows. Absolutely. Just opening for like some of their favorite DJs and then getting put on to other stuff. So the stuff just put yourself out there, you know.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, you know.
I'll send you some mixes.
Yeah. Even Ian's like, I'm gonna slide in your DMs
I
here.
got my stick right now, dude. We can go hop on the decks.
So yeah, no. Please send that to us. And as Patrick gets more information on his shows, I will share them in our Discord as well. But please follow him on Instagram, Facebook, Ticker Tackers, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's go support and show everybody that, you know, hockey comes out thick for our homies. Ian, where can we find you, bud?
Yeah, so Casual Dialect on all social platforms. I also spin at a spot here on the weekends in Burbank, and then locking in a date for a spot in Hollywood later this month too.
Nice,
So.
nice. Where are you playing at in Burbank so we can?
Yeah, over and under. Cool
Okay.
little spot right down the street, but it's like they're trying to make some nightlife in Burbank going, and it's like the
Sick.
only spot here. And I
Yeah.
play Friday, Saturday nights, 9 to 1. A
Sick.
little bit of everything, honestly. But yeah, it's fun.
Alright,
Good
cool.
vibes.
We'll come crash it for the B2.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah,
dude.
pull up with the sticks.
Hey man, we can drop some of these heaters that we had tonight, even.
Yeah,
maybe,
I'm gonna
man.
need some
So,
of those for sure.
Yeah, definitely
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely a talented group of people.
Okay,
Yeah,
man.
You
I'm
know?
glad.
Everyone's at like their own, it's part of their journey. And
Absolutely.
we know that because we've all done this and we can hear it. So don't like ever feel weird or bad.
Yeah.
And don't be scared to submit things because us giving you guys feedback is just like how you're gonna get better.
Yeah, fun note for you guys. Who knows where I would be without this guy right here? Because we met when we were 19, or I was at least. I think he was fresh out of high school, 18, and we were at a junior college together. And this guy had I heard this guy say that he had just gotten a track signed by Warner Music or something, and I'm like, I need to go be friends with that fucking guy. So I went and sat next to him, and he's like, hey dude, you want to start making music? And I'm like, yes I do. And he got me a fucking Ableton crack before our English class.
We buy Ableton now, guys.
We do buy it now. But my first copy, my first copy though was a cracked version of 8 Sweet
I
that
can
this
neither
gentleman
confirm nor
provided
deny
me.
this.
But hey man, like I said, without this guy, I don't know
That's
where I'd be
awesome.
writing music, man. I met Damon shortly thereafter, and the rest is history. So it really I have a lot to thank this guy for. I appreciate him being here. I appreciate all you guys being here and being active in the Discord. Continue to do so. We got big things coming. I promise. I got plans for you guys. All right. So that's gonna be the end of the stream. All of you guys head over to the Space Yacht stream if you can, if you got time. Appreciate the support over there, guys. Thanks a lot. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Yes. Well done, everyone.
Good shit.
Good shit for sure. Yeah, some fun tunes.